Howdy, hey, hello, peace, what up, shalom, all of that good stuff. To everyone under the sound of my voice, my name is Nadi. I go by Queen Goddess Hope. I'm actually deciding to write or speak about this new book that I got and just this new concept overall of me recording, because sometimes I feel like you don't need to see my face. It's about 9:55. I just finished a podcast with my bros. If y'all don't know, we have Vocal Dialect official podcasts on Instagram bi-weekly, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. with my brothers. And I just wanted to kind of talk about, you know, the concept and the idea of this book that I just got by Sharon Jones. It's called Burn After Reading. It's kind of scary, it kind of wards you off, but it's definitely really triggering. What encouraged me to buy it was when I immediately picked it up and it was like, what are 5 things that you would say to describe your parents? And I was like, ooh, heavy, don't even want to go there right now. So I said, I'm going to open up this book to a random page and I'm going to be completely transparent, because at some point I feel like we have to just start sharing the gems. Like, I'm very to myself, private, secretive, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people don't know a lot of things about me, and depending on who I told or shared with, and now I know who told you, because I know what part of the story I told them. Understand? So back to the book, Burn After Writing. I'm just going to go through this page or pages and just be transparent about, what it is that I'm coming forward with. So on this page 57, which breaks down to 13, 12, 3, primary number 3, it says, circle one of the 2 characteristics on each line that you feel best describes your personality. Anxious or calm? I'm generally calm. Stubborn or flexible? I'm definitely stubborn. Daring or cautious? Daring. Moody or cheerful? I'm definitely moody. See big picture or detail oriented? Sucks that I gotta choose, but I can definitely see the bigger picture. Competitive or cooperative? I'm definitely competitive, but I'm competitive with myself, more or less. Not really other people. I would say I'm cooperative once I figure out what it is that I definitely want to achieve, and then I'm just going to do it. Pessimistic or optimistic? Definitely optimist. I always try to see the other side. I always try to play 19 Keys, God advocate. And I always try to look at all options as somebody who is, into comedic culture, and my eye is always weighing. You got to weigh it on your scales. And we typically like to see both sides before we make a decision, balancing of the coin or balancing of the scales. Libras always have to balance scales. I'm also a Libra. So I have it like just double all around. Like, I always want to make sure that things are weighed out properly and they work out in my favor somehow, form, or fashion. Are you patient or hasty? Now I'm patient. Back in the day, impulsive, hasty, don't give a fuck. That was my MO. Today, I've learned to be calm and chill and allow the universe to unfold as it may. Allow God to bless me with the things that I'm supposed to be blessed with. If I'm putting a desire out in the ethers, I expect for the law of attraction to bounce it back to me. And depending on your actions that you've taken along that route will determine the type of blessing you'll get. Are you suspicious or trusting? I'm definitely suspicious nowadays. Trust is a major thing that I'm consciously working on every single day. I'm literally trying to allow people the benefit of the doubt. I'm really trying to get over this lifetime of hurt that I've accumulated on my arm. My those are like my bruises, on my heart. And it's like my heart was in a cage and it was brown. It had some wooden planks on it that was covering itself up, kind of like how they had like the chastity belt. With the lock and key, the father got the key, make it make sense. But somebody got the key to the girl's panties that was locked up under key, to maintain her purity. And that's how my heart was after some time. And while, thinking about past experiences and relationships and growing through them, like today I mentioned in the podcast, I don't care if my person's family doesn't like me or if my family doesn't like my person. Like, I'm still showing up and showing support, and I'm gonna look like I woke up like this, flawless. When I pop up at that event, we gonna get fresh, we gonna get fly, he gonna enjoy his family, I'm gonna mind my business. And if they all don't like me, I got a computer right here I'm gonna use. But there's usually one ally in the crew, you know what I mean, that you just gonna ride and collide and mind your business. But at the end of the day, I have had so many people come up against me and have hurt me, down to parents, cousins, friends, enemies, business partners, like so many different things. And I always try to abandon the situation before I was the one getting hurt in the long run. So it's like when you constantly are thinking about these things and constantly now trying to overcome them, and trusting people, in that same thought comes back up. Are you going to do the same thing again? Do you want to repeat the cycle? Do you want to try something different this time? These are all questions that I'm always saying to myself when I find myself in new friendships, new relationships, new obstacles, new endeavors. I'm always trying to decide if this is something that I want to do all over again. Because in all reality, I don't really like the idea of me having to share, my past or innermost parts of myself with people after I've just healed from that, or after I just removed that from my energy. And now that I'm healed, and now that I'm whole, and now that I'm aware of my triggers, and now that I know how to speak up for myself, and now, I could name so many more things. But the key is that I love myself in such a way that I have a brown heart, because it's still red in the inside. It's still got love on the inside. But I'm not just going to be out here giving that shit to some stupid idiots either. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be out here giving that shit out like how I used to, frivolously, when I know that it's a gem and it's a charm and it is something that is delicate and it should be treated with the utmost respect and knowledge and so on and so forth. I need to protect myself, and I need you to know that this is no life like small fat. Like, this is a big, big time. This is $1 billion lady right here. Do you know what I mean? So I think this book, to tie it all back, thinking about this, I am, circle one of the two characteristics on each line that you feel best describe your personality. So it says, I am calm, I am stubborn, I am daring, I am moody, I see the big picture, I am competitive, I am optimistic, I am patient, and I'm going to say I am trusting, because that's what I want to walk into. I hope you enjoy this. Peace.